Warm welcome, dear students. I welcome you all to your grammar class. And in our grammar class, we are going to continue our lesson number 10. Verb, subject, verb, agreement. This is the lesson which we have started in the last video, and we have learned about the things like if we have to see the subject first, and by looking at the subject then only we can make out whether the verb will be your singular or plural. So we are going to learn about certain rules today in the lesson. We will see page number 71, lesson number 10 from the book. Here we have some special applications of the rules are as follows, it says. Rule number 1. We will see our book. When two or more singular nouns are joined with what? With and, they take a plural verb. Once again, when two or more nouns are joined. I have written one sentence which is an example from your book only. It says when two or more singular nouns. This is singular. Richa and Sandhya. We can see Richa is the name of a girl. Sandhya is also a name of a girl. And they both are singular. Richa, singular. Sandhya, singular. It says when two or more singular nouns are joined. And how they are joined, children? With the help of word and. So it says when two singular nouns are joined with the help of word and, then it will take a plural verb with it. Now where is the plural verb? Are. It is saying when we have two or more singular nouns and when we will join them with the word and, then we are going to take the plural verb with it. This is according to the first rule. Now we will see the second rule which we have in our book. When two nouns are joined, here also when two nouns are joined by what? Again same word and. But here is a bit difference. Refers to the same person or thing. They will indicate about same person. Means whatever two or more things are given there, they will tell you about a same person. Now we will have the example. The author and editor of this book is my uncle. Means we are talking about uncle, one person, and what we are talking that he is the author also and the editor also. What do we mean by author? Author is, children, one who writes, and who is editor? One who edits. If some problem is there, if something is wrong there, then the person will edit it, will change something in it. That is the editor. And here uncle is doing both the things. He is author also, he is editor also. So this is according to our rule. It says when two nouns are joined by and, two nouns, author, editor, they are joined by and what they are referring? They are referring to the same person. They are referring to the same person or a thing. Here we have person. So you will be having what type of verb with it? You can see we have taken is with it. It means we have taken singular verb with it. Now we have our third rule. Our third rule says when two or more singular nouns are joined by and. Two or more than two singular nouns are joined by the same word and expresses a single idea, single thought. Then they take a singular verb. How it is? We will see with the help of example. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow, you know what does it mean? Firm. Steady means firm or fixed. Okay. It says that slow and steady wins the race. Now we will again read our rule number 3. When two or more singular nouns are joined. Noun, they are joined with the help of word and. It says and they are expressing the single idea. Single idea means talking about the single thing. Then we will take a singular verb with it. This is your singular verb. We are going to take singular verb when two nouns are joined with the help of word and they are going to express single idea or thought to you. Now rule number 4 is when two singular nouns are joined by and. Two singular nouns are joined again with the help of and are preceded by each or every. A singular verb should be used. Means if our noun, if in a sentence, if you will see each and every, the word each and every, and of course you will see a noun in it also, and you will see that there is singular noun in it along with the word each and every, then remember we will go with only singular verb. Each man. We have singular noun. Woman is also singular noun. These two nouns are joined with the help of word and. But we can see, I have told you according to rule number 4, if each and every you will see preceded by noun means before noun, if you can see the word each, then your verb will be singular. Your verb will be singular in this case. Number 5, it says two singular subjects connected by or nor. Let's see. Two singular subject. Nisha, singular subject. What are subjects? I am sure you all know. Elisha, singular subject. These two singular subjects are joined by the word nor, or it can be or. I have taken example with the word nor here. And then what you have to do? We take a singular verb. Then we take a singular verb. Has. For plural, what we take? We take the word have. And for the past, we take the word had. So here we have taken the verb has because we are taking them as singular. Then it says, rule number 6. When one of the subjects connected by or nor in plural, when one of the subjects, any one subject, it says any one subject. Naman is our subject. Then what else is our subject? Friends. His friends, isn't it? When his friends. When these two are connected with the help of word nor, but you can see this is singular, talking about one person, Naman, but here we have plural. We have plural noun. Friends, we are not talking about single friend or one friend, but we have friends. It means more than one. So what does the rule says? Rule number 6 says the verb must be plural if one of the subject connected by or nor is plural. Any noun or subject which is connected with the word nor. Anyone, if this also would be plural, or anyone, if this would be plural, in both the cases we would have taken the plural verb with it. Were, instead of using was, when we can see one is plural, one subject is plural or one noun is plural, then we are going to take our verb as plural. Now, what about rule number 7? We are going to see that. When two subjects connected by or nor, again belonging to the different person, not same person but different person, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Whichever will be the nearest one, we will connect with it. See, she or, this is a connector which is connecting she and I. Okay, now how we have taken this have with it? Why we have not taken has? Can you tell me? You must be knowing the answer. Yes, exactly. Why we have not taken? Because it says the nearest subject. The nearest subject we will see. And this subject is far from the verb, but this is near to it. So whichever is the near one, we go according to that. So we have I, and we know that with I we use have. We don't use has, but we use have. That is why we have written either she or I have done this job. This is your rule number 7. Now we have our 8th rule, according to which we have when a singular noun is connected to a second noun with what? With the word with or as well as. We will see. It says Garima, it is your singular. Then it says when a singular noun is connected with the second noun. Is it connected? Yes, it is connected with the second noun. And how it is connected? We can see it is connected with the word with. Then it says, it can be as well as also. I have taken the example with the word with. It says that when they are connected to a second noun by with or as well as, then the verb must be singular. Then the verb must be singular. As you can see, Garima with her friends was playing badminton. 9th rule says, some nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning. As we can see the word news. It looks as if this is plural, but we know that its meaning is singular. Then what we will take? We will take a singular verb with it. We never use news are. We always say news is. No news is good news. Because we can see that although it says some nouns are which are plural in form. They looks plural and they are definitely plural in form, but their meaning is singular. With them we always take a singular verb. 10th rule says, you can even see the second example of the 9th one, mathematics. You people are learning maths in your school. We have a single book of it, mathematics. But what we say mathematics, it looks and it is plural, but we know that the sense of it is that it is a single thing. 10th rule says a collective noun takes a singular verb. This is a little difficult for you to understand. I will try my level best to make you understand this. A collective noun takes a singular verb when the group is considered as single unit. We have always learned this thing. With the collective noun, we go with singular verb. Isn't it? We always take a singular verb with the collective noun. Bunch. That is a collective noun. Bunch of grapes is on the table. Isn't it? That way we go. But here it says a different thing. You can even use a plural with the collective noun. When, in which cases? We will have a look here. It says, when it is a single unit, when you can consider the collective noun as a single unit, then you can use a singular verb. But when the individuals are considered separately, when all the members of it are taken as individual members, are taken separately, then what we are going to do? We are going to take a plural verb with it. We have example in the book. You can see. One big example is given. I will read out for you, and the next one we will see from the boat. When the ship arrived at the port. We are talking about a ship which arrived at the port. The crew were welcomed by the people. Now we are taking here means every worker of the ship. Isn't it? Crew welcomed means ship came and the workers who all came out of the ship, they all were welcomed individually. Isn't it? We don't welcome each and everybody as a single unit. When we welcome each and every person separately. So in this case, you are going to take it as plural verb we are going to use with it. But when we are taking a unit, a thing as a whole, as a single thing, then we will take a singular verb. Like in this case, the ship's crew means the crew of the ship. Ship's crew means all together, all the members as a unit I am taking. All the members who are working in the ship, I am talking about all of them, means as a unit, as a whole. Is talented. That is why we have taken is here. I am sure you must have understood the difference between these two. Now the 11th example says, when we use none of, the word none of, when we use it, with an uncountable noun. Uncountable noun, they have indicated, we have uncountable noun as verb. This is our uncountable noun. Then the verb is in the singular form. Then our verb will be singular. None of, wherever we will see none of, and you will see it is connected with the uncountable. Whenever with the uncountable noun, when we use none of, our verb will be singular. Then 12th example says, please do not get confused with 11th and 12th. Here also we have none of, but the things are a bit different. It says, page number 72, when we use none of with a plural noun or pronoun or a singular noun referring group of person, people or thing, we can use either a singular or plural. It says in both the cases, when we use none of with the plural noun or a pronoun. None of when we use with the, see we have plural noun here, buses. Isn't it? This is plural. If it is only bus, then it is singular, that means. But we have buses. Plural or pronouns or a singular noun. If it would be a singular also, then also referring to a group of person or a thing, then also you can use either singular or plural. That is up to you what you want to use. So here is a sentence. 13th one, it says, when a plural noun is a proper name. This is also a little important. When a plural noun, this is a plural noun, the Arabian Nights. When it says when a plural noun, this is plural because it is having nights, isn't it? Is an interesting book, it says, is a proper name. It is a proper name. Why it is a proper name? Because it is a name of a book. Then name for some single object. It is indicating a single object, means it is indicating a single book. Although it is plural, but it is indicating a single book. That is why in that case the verb is singular. In that case the verb is singular. So we can see that plural noun is indicating a single object. That is why we have taken singular verb with it. Now 14th rule says plural forms take a singular verb and when they are used to indicate a sum or a unit. Here 50 rupees is a sum of rupees 50, you can say, and we can say this is plural. And how, what is that? It is a singular verb which we will take with the units or with a sum. That is about our 14th rule. I am quite sure you must have understood this chapter. We have covered lesson number 10. By this, keep on revising it. Thank you and take care.